Jasmine. I already said hi to you, and Sam just pointed out to me we weren't live yet, so you weren't going to be able to hear me. So as always, the link is pinned to the top if anybody wants to come up on panel and craft along with us. Just click the link, and if you've never gone on StreamYard before, it'll kind of walk you through the process of getting your StreamYard set up, and then once everything's set up, it'll notify me, hey, let him in or no. Otherwise, hang out and chat. I don't my normal people that come in and bounce in and out. I'm not sure whether anybody's going to come in tonight because Muzz is actually what?
I didn't realize that was that close to my microphone. There's my phone notification.
Oh, that's funny. Muzz is currently hosting a 5-year cancerversary celebration for somebody in our community. She just was rung the bell last month, or 2 months ago, and just had her first grandbaby. Her first grandbaby was just born, and so it was like, oh my god, all these things that she 5 years ago thought she was never going to see. So when she messaged me earlier and she's like, hey, you want me to try to move my time? And I'm like, no.
You go do that. You live in that moment.
I'm not worried about Replay Crew because what she's doing over there is more important to support Fight Like a Girl. And yeah. We'll still be here. And if we're still here when she's done doing her live, they'll pop in. If not, they'll catch it on replay.
All right.
Which picture is blurry, Jasmine? Mine or Sam's?
Both.
Yeah, or both. I guess that's. If it's both, I would say it might be on her end, though.
I do finally have my internet back, so at least I get to be facing the right way this time.
Yay!
I guess I needed to reset my modem 3 times apparently.
Huh. Okay, it's clear on my end.
Oh.
I'd say maybe try going out and coming back in, Jasmine. See if that improves your connection.
Or change the quality. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Alrighty, so are we ready to rock and roll for this week? Like, where's my prompts? Where did I put them? Oh, they're in. Go figure. They're where they belong.
What?
In my bucket.
No way.
No way.
We chose the same tree.
Oh, that's funny. Well, it's the only one I have that had blossoms, and I kind of had to finagle it to make it have blossoms. So this week's prompts are a wild animal, a tree with blossoms, part of a recipe you enjoy making, a book page, something that came in the mail, and your bonus item is a date or anything from a calendar. Put it on 720. I'm like, I was like brainstorming on my end, going, I don't know what could be the matter. That would do it. Change into quality. It's funny. I'm like trying to get ready for this earlier, and I'm like, where is my glue stick? Where is my this? Where is my that? And I'm like, oh, I know where everything is. It's in the bag I took to Christina's. Because Madison wanted me to bring her.
How are we going to go over the prompts first?
I did.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I was grabbing something.
Do it again?
No. I was over there grabbing something. I remember now.
Oh, she asked me to bring her book and flowers and stuff over so she could work in her journal. And I'm like, no problem. I said, and I took my cross stitch with me because I'm like, I'm not going to bring like my entire craft room with me. I'll just take over what she needs for hers, and then I'll take something for me to do. She didn't touch it. Not once. Like, so yeah, my scissors, my glue, my wet glue, my glue stick, my ruler, it's like everything was. I'm like, where is all my stuff? Oh yeah.
I need to find my brown ink, apparently.
What?
But while Jasmine's talking about quality, though, I'm hoping that they don't erase the board, the bottom of the board at work before you get there, because I drew a koala. Because we have to do what they're called quality checks, and basically it's exactly what it sounds as we go through orders and we check the quality of the things that are in there. But I kept calling them quality checks, and so it's a little
You're roboting.
Of course, because why is anything going to go right? Oh, apparently she saw it. It's a koala holding a box of checks.
Oh, she said she saw it. Remember?
Can anybody even hear me?
And you're still robot-y.
I have a tantrum for a minute.
Try dropping down and coming back in.
Because this happens every time and it never fixes it.
Koala, the qualities. I like it. How are we doing? Got no sound on you.
Nope, I figured if it wasn't going to let me talk anyway, I would just stay muted.
Oh, there we go. Now you're clear.
Yeah, but there was not a point of telling a whole story if none of it was working, so I just muted it because I was frustrated.
Ah.
At least if I'm muted, I can say as many profanities as I want.
That's true. Well, apparently she saw the quality. The quality koala.
Good.
I was a little bummed. I tried to find my since I had to pull out my, well, I didn't have to. But because I pulled my Sizzix back out for this, I was trying to do a sloth as my wild animal, but I couldn't find my die. I'm like, what animal class did I file it with? Because it should have been in here with all of my miscellaneous animals. This is, my deer, my monkey, my giraffes, my alligators. It should have been in there, but I don't know why it's not. Because I was gonna put a sloth in my tree.
Slothy.
Not that I know of sloths live anywhere where cherry blossoms grow, but
That's not the point.
It's irrelevant.
Do any more unboxing? That depends on how the bank accounts are looking.
and boxes availability.
I have not been able to order in, I want to say, about 3 weeks. So,
and I'm trying to save my money for when they have another Temu box. They haven't had any the last couple of weeks. It's like they need
move.
What?
Oh. What?
I said what?
I was telling Carl to move.
Oh, were you ever able to get into Carl's account?
I was.
Yay.
So the problem is that apparently in my, you know how Google does autofill? It was trying to Google autofill without the underscore, but Carl has an underscore in his username. So it's literally as simple as putting an underscore in it.
Alrighty.
Yep.
You didn't have to change anything. You just had to tell it to stop being stupid.
Yeah.
More or less.
Pretty much.
I know it's crazy to think one of our unboxings was like my second highest ever viewed video.
That's cool. There's Jasmine. She was watching it over and over again.
More than 1,000 times. Thanks. Yep. Log me some hours. I appreciate it.
No.
Well, I said my other highest one is no longer viewable because yuck.
Yeah.
Creepy people. And it's crazy to think how much my analytics have changed since I pulled that video down.
Mm-hmm.
Like most of my viewers are now female. I've gone back to most of my viewership not being subscribed. And I'm like, can we reverse that, please?
In that case, it's kind of worth it, though.
You know, I would like to have my subscribers too. It's like, what's the point in coming back and continuing to come back to my channel if you're not going to sub to it?
For the same reason, I got 4.2 thousand views on a single short and still only have 35 subscribers.
Well, and in all fairness, it was probably the same subset of you.
Yeah. If they're really easy then, if that's the case, considering she was barely in it.
Right. I said she probably showed just a centimeter of skin, and that's all it took. Gross fucking people. Oh, I just dropped the F-bomb.
Oopsie.
I didn't even realize it. It just what?
See, it was Jasmine. She admitted it. She just got all of those thousands of computers that she owns and put it on there on every single screen.
Well, I'll give you a cheater way, Jasmine. You don't even have to do that. Just pick a playlist and put it on loop. You only need one computer. But if you have all 1,000 computers all playing a different playlist, that really racks up my viewer hours.
You got to get those 1,000 computers your husband has too.
It doesn't let me do it anymore. Now every time when I do it on mine, it runs the IP address and disallows most of my hours.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was letting you do it in the first place because
you jerks.
Otherwise, everybody would have monetizable watch hours. You can have one video on your YouTube, but if you get thousands of views and thousands of watch hours, because it's yourself. I'm surprised they were letting you do it in the first place.
Well, and it was like I can see not allowing this channel to do it. But other channels that are not this channel, but are, still mine, but
Yeah.
I have got Muzz's got her intro song stuck in my head. I like it. And fortunately, it is a YouTube. It's out of the YouTube library, so that's cool. Because I'm what?
I glued a page on upside down.
Oh, whoops! Roll with it.
Yep.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Avoid, deny, defend.
Because you're not Army.
Well, now that you mention it. Like, I'm even tall enough to drive a Humvee. How would I even lie about that? Anyway.
You're definitely not tall enough to drive a Humvee. You wouldn't be able to reach the pedals. They'd have to put a booster seat in there for you.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I'm down. Let's go.
But I'm working my way through the YouTube audio library and then cross-referencing that up against Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm creating a playlist that is YouTube compliant. Because what I want to start doing is against doctor's wishes. I'm going to start walking on my treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to be, to be able to play music while I'm doing it. And I don't want to have to deal with, oh, look, you recorded for 45 minutes and now you get to cut that down to 10 because all of your songs YouTube didn't like.
Yeah.
Because YouTube doesn't like much as far as music goes.
YouTube doesn't like much. Period.
Touche. Meatloaf, huh? I haven't made meatloaf in a long time, but in all reality, I haven't really cooked real food in a long time.
Okay, I can't say anything because I'm not going to sit here and admit that I just ate an entire box of mozzarella sticks by myself.
Yeah, but I don't have as much of an excuse for not cooking.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got an excuse, but it's an overcomeable, adaptable excuse where yours is not.
What? You mean almost getting out of my car and breaking down a door to fight a hoe?
Yeah. Exactly.
Never mind.
What?
Do you? Never mind. It's a direct translation. I was about to ask the stupidest question ever, and I just decided not to ask it.
Okay.
Because I already know the answer also, but...
Well, that's all the more reason not to ask it, I guess. You already know the answer? What?
Nothing.
I'm kind of having fun with all of my different challenges that I'm doing. I'm struggling with some of them. I'm struggling with myself. I'm not struggling with the challenges. I'm struggling with myself. And like finding the
motivation.
Yes, finding the motivation, finding the energy, finding the capacity, like even the mental capacity to like do stuff these days. And I'm sure that totally probably comes across in my videos when they're when they're lackluster, and I'm like, oh, it's like, you can tell that I'm only doing it because I've committed to doing these.
Me with life.
Like, all right, here I am. It's another day. Don't say nothing suspiciously.
Nothing.
Nothing. She wasn't going to take nobody out. Not like really.
For legal reasons.
Allegedly, and in my opinion. For educational purposes only.
We'll see how things keep going, and then we'll readdress that statement by the end of the week.
So where am I going to put my... I don't know where I'm going to put my recipe. Sure.
I just very passively, aggressively stood out front of her door and called her useless. That's all. Well, nicer words, but
Nicer words that she probably didn't deserve anyway.
yeah. Should have just called her useless. Because she's being kind of useless.
You wouldn't have been wrong. Well, I guess since I'm pulling these out to look for something specific, I will leave them out so I can label them. I'm slowly, how long have I had these? I'm finally getting around to writing what they are so that I don't have to take every single one out every time I'm looking for something. But they're not all labeled. Oh, I know where what I'm looking for is. And they are not in my craft room at the moment because I took them
to the other house.
I went to the other house. Like, dang it. Let's see. I'm just looking for some sort of a background for that. Hearts. Flowers. Don't have to be anything fancy.
Someone I know. No. At least I hope you don't have the displeasure of knowing that person.
I can buy myself flowers.
Oh, the 300 times a day I hear that at work now.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, how would you have known? You don't have to be sorry.
Why do you hear it 300 times a day at work?
Because they play it 300 times a day at work.
Oh. Could be worse. It could be Jingle Bells.
Oh, no, that was a month and a half ago.
Be grateful there's not any like St. Patrick's Day or Easter songs, really. I don't think.
I don't care to find out, so I'll take your word for it. I forgot I had that thing for a hot minute, and I should have preheated it. My wax melts.
Flowers, 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 flowers. It's almost like I like flowers.
Do you though? Flowers are good things to like, so.
And where did my recipe piece go? Now it is. We'll go with that one. Oh, no, brain. I need to put those away because I don't want to be forced to use them. That is the rule I set out for myself for my 100-day project, is that I'm not allowed to use anything that's not already on my desk as a base. And I'm not allowed to use anything that's further than arm's distance as an embellishment. So I can scoot back from the table to get to the drawers that's under my desk, to get to like my stickers and stuff that's down there. Either of the drawers to my right or to my left for like my dots or my die cuts. But I'm not allowed to get up and go grab lace. I'm not allowed to get up and go grab my Sizzix or go grab some ribbon. It's not on my desk or not within arm's reach. I'm not allowed to use it. So I'm using the 100-day project as kind of a cleanup, as a daily cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, it's sort of working. I'm getting a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Burned out, because it seems like my pile is not getting any smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I swear, it's growing. It's like each day I sit down and I'm like, how is that pile bigger than it was yesterday? And I used it yesterday. I'm like, it's like, I swear I'm not getting anywhere. And I think, and in all reality, I'm probably not, because, you know, when I do projects like this, the scraps get added to the pile. Yeah. When I do my perpetual prompts, the scraps get added to the pile. So it's like I'm pulling from the pile, but at the same time I'm adding to the pile simultaneously. Like, I swear that pile's never going to get any smaller at this rate. And I'm tired of looking at the same colors because I feel like I'm like stuck now, because everything's falling in the same color family. So it's like, okay, I'm getting tired of looking at brown.
I have a lot of pinks in mine lately.
Which is interesting. I was talking about that on one of my videos. I don't remember which one it was, but I was like, just the oddity that I'm not a pink person, but I use a lot of pink in my crafting.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you and I talked about that one time, that it means something in art, and I don't remember what it was, but I'm like, oh, well, it kind of makes sense as to why it's in everything then. But I don't remember what it was.
I don't know.
It was a while ago. What you doing?
Trimming.
Ah.
Very haphazardly, considering I just bragged about how well my Cricut scissors were doing, and then they just don't want to cut today.
Well, if it matters, if it makes any difference, why did I not think you would have a panda?
That's a good question, because that should have been a given. As soon as you saw animal, you should have thought panda.
I don't know why I was sitting here thinking, I wonder what animal she used.
Oh, yay! Jasmine gets to go back to work.
Yay! I thought she was back to work.
Well, she was on light duty.
You've been on light duty this entire time?
She got off of light duty and then went right back on it.
Oh. See, I was not aware of that. The last incident I heard of was the getting run over by a cart.
Wait, when was that?
When the cart fell on her.
Oh, that was Alex.
Oh, wrong person. Sorry.
That's okay.
See,
I talk about a lot of people, so
you do. I get everybody all jumbled. Everybody kind of runs together.
I bought this drink for the bottle. It had a pretty decorative bottle. It tastes pretty good too.
Well, that's a good thing. At least it's a win-win.
Yeah, because it wasn't very expensive, so I was worried it was going to taste very inexpensive. Not bad.
So what is it?
Fermented grape juice.
Oh.
But the brand is, it's called Tattoo Girl. And I bought it because the bottle was really cool. Yeah.
Ow!
Just wait until you hear the new rules at work, Jasmine, and then you will be doubling down on that statement.
Sorry, my foot just electrocuted me. Ow, that hurt. I made somebody laugh. The other day when I was waiting for my my tarot reading. Mm-hmm. I was like third in line, and I'm like, and it was like an hour later. I'm like, oh my gosh! And I like popped back in. I said, sorry. I said my ADD had me forgetting that left turn at Albuquerque, and I ended up somewhere in New Mexico. She just starts laughing. I'm like, yep. ADD makes me miss my turns all the time, and I end up in some random rabbit hole in Timbuktu. So what are you getting out of storage, Miss Jasmine? I'm gonna be nosy.
Storage. Did I miss something?
Yeah, she said that she was gonna be doing it tomorrow because she's got to get some stuff out of her storage.
Oh, I did miss that one. I need some craft supplies, maybe.
Well, I'm assuming so.
There's an awful lot of cuss words going on in this YouTube video my daughter is watching. I'm not really watching it. She fell asleep, but
What, pray tell, is she watching?
I don't know. It's one of the autoplay ones, but it's this game called, I think it's Subliminal or something along that line. The game's actually really cool, but
Recipes, eh?
girl, you are on my profile. What the heck, man?
I have to print out my new one because I just cut it out, but this is my recipe for apple cider vinaigrette. So I'll have to print it back out or refer to my book next time I want to make it.
Mine's cake. It's one of my favorite things.
You don't like cake? What are you talking about?
Oh, never.
You hate it. It's gross. Oh, that was fantastic. So I had a handful of papers.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped them in my garbage can, and I squished down to squish the paper down in the garbage can. Had Fab-Attack on my fingertips. That was still wet.
Perfection.
So, what happened to all the paper that I was just throwing into the garbage can? All over my floor.
I made good time on mine if you're done with yours.
I am. Yeah, put my stuff away, but yeah, and then I gotta I'll still have to do my 100-day tag for today, and actually will be on the day I'm supposed to be doing it on. Go figure. Might actually post tonight. They've been not real good at getting them done on their days. In fact, I was filming yesterday's and the day before at 1:00 this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And so before I left for Christina's this morning, I'm like, oh, I need to get that uploading. Quick! So even though I was already running late, I made myself even later because I needed to upload the video. Brain. There it is. I'm like, where did I put my prompts? They're already in my book. Alrighty. What's your wild animal?
Penguin.
Really?
I have pandas. Because why wouldn't I? To be 100% honest, I'm surprised I've made it this far into the challenge and there wasn't already pandas.
True statement. And Jasmine, don't use the originals, please.
I have a printer. Send it home with me. I'll photocopy it so you don't ruin the original.
Photocopy them. Don't use the originals, especially it's written in your grandma's handwriting. You want to save that. You're an elephant. I don't know that I have a favorite animal.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I really, really, really like Highlander cows. In fact, I'm getting a 3D printed one for Easter.
Yep.
From your brother and your sister-in-law. And I'm commissioning them. They're gonna 3D print me 2 different bearded dragons, one for Medicine and Emma, because I was gonna do that for them for Christmas, and then
Hi, Funky.
everything got away from me.
Hi. Did you have a good nap? That's good.
So I have 2 little monkeys hanging in my tree.
Oh, monkeys.
And now that I'm looking at the tree, I'm like, I think even if I had found the sloth, they would have been too big.
Nah, no such thing.
A tree with blossoms. We both had cherry blossoms.
Oak tree.
So for me, I did the die cut it out of pink and out of the brown, and kind of like tried to glue the pink on as best I could and tear around it.
I just printed out cherry blossom trees.
So they're branches versus leaves, but you know. A part of a recipe you enjoy making. Does not like cooking. Hates cooking.
Which is funny considering what I ended up doing for half of my life.
Yep. So, easiest things as possible. And in this case, like I said, is my apple cider vinaigrette, which technically requires no cooking, but it doesn't say, it's just recipe enjoy making. It didn't say cooking. It said making. Red velvet cake. No way.
Did I keep a copy? Yes, I did. But my recipe is it's red velvet cake, which is both my favorite thing to bake and eat. And it's just this little pink corner piece over here.
I don't remember what website I got this from, but it does have a picture and it's got the author of it, so I'll be able to find it again easily when I Google it, I'm sure. But this was a really good dressing. I made it for fair last year because I packed. I made a big salad of my favorite salad that I get from Stick and Stone, the ensalada romana with the salami and the apples and the spiced pecans and all of that. And it's got an apple cider vinaigrette on it. And I'm like, well, let me try to make it myself instead of buying it. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Okay, so while you're talking about dressings, though, while I was at work and I was in my messy, aggressy, stressy, depressy, I was in the back room and I had to get into the cooler, but one of my coworkers was closing the door, and I was like, wait, open it. And I was like, but knock first. And without question, this guy just knocks on the cooler and he's like, why? It could be a salad dressing. Spooky Boo, that's who I got that joke from. It's not my joke. I don't know where she got it from, but that's where I got it from.
Okay, that's funny. There could be a salad dressing. Oh.
She's like, what is it? I'm afraid for the calendar because its days are numbered.
Speaking of calendar, what do you have for your prompt? Things from a calendar. Well, it says a date or anything from a calendar.
February 2024. And anybody who knows me knows several reasons why February is a significant time in my life now. One very, very bad reason and one very, very good reason. So I have February 23rd with a little heart down here because that is Mini-Me's birthday. And I also circled the 27 instead of writing the date for this one. I just circled the 27 and put 2024 under it.
Hey, why not? That makes sense. So ironically enough, last week, after we read the prompts and we finished the video, I walked out of the room and I found this strip of a calendar on my living room floor that the vacuum had pulled from somewhere, I don't know where, and dropped it in the middle of the living room floor.
Your ghosts are helping you.
And I'm like, all right, I guess there's my piece of my calendar.
We did skip book page 2. Did you notice that?
Yes.
Okay.
Just because you happen to mention calendar, so I was like, oh, while we're there. So book page.
Book page? Book page.
Huh? And I started mine out as my base, as I usually do. So it's underneath, but you can see a little bit of the book page here and coming through the window of the envelope, which is my item that came in the mail.
I have part of my Spectrum bill.
There you go. So yeah, this is the envelope upside down. So this is the inside of the envelope here. You can see the window to the envelope here. And then I just tore some pieces of it because I liked the brown on the other side, but it blended too much with the tree. Otherwise, I would have put the brown side down. But so I tore some of it and put some brown in there too. But ew, bills. This was a credit card offer. It was like Capital One or something.
Hey, but you know what? February though,
What?
there is some pride in saying to a bunch of strangers on the internet that February was the turning point. February was the beginning of the leaving of the narcissist.
Yup.
So I can't say it's entirely a bad thing. It was caused by a bad thing, but the outcome ultimately was for the better. So, and my daughter's birthday.
The beginning of your new life.
Yes. And stupid heart day, of course, but meh.
And interestingly enough, Lent began on Valentine's Day this year too. I know your dad and I, when we were in the hot tub the other night, we were talking about like, you know, how it's understandable that some people don't know when Easter is because it changes every year. Like the day is different every year, whereas like, hello, how do you not know when Christmas is? Or, you know, Thanksgiving, yes, it changes, the day changes, but it's still the last Thursday in every month in November.
Yeah.
You know, or how are you an adult and not realize that Thanksgiving is always on a Thursday? You know, things like that. Easter, I can give some grace there because Easter is like X number of weeks after Christmas. And, you know, it's like this whole mathematical equation to figure out when Easter is. And unless you're like into the religion and into Catholicism and you're into all of that, you're not going to know it. You're just going to look at a calendar. But, but yeah, weird. So of course that led to question, you know, like talk, well, you know, Ash Wednesday and Lent and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah. And then I was looking something up. I remember I was looking something up the other day on, you know, on Google, and it gave me a list of things that happened within that time frame. And I'm like, oh, huh. Lent started on Valentine's Day this year. I'm like, wonder if anybody gave up SEX for Lent this year.
We'll know come November.
Or we'll know who didn't is the better way to put that.
Yeah.
We'll know, we won't know who did, but we'll definitely know who didn't. Did we get everything? Wild animal, a tree with blossoms, part of a recipe, a book page, something that came in the mail, bonus date, or anything to do with a calendar. So what did you do for your prompts?
What did I do for my prompts?
Yep. Did you make them part of your collage? Did you make a pocket? How did you secure them this week?
They're glued on there.
Oh, okay. And I made a little pocket, a little side pocket out of my calendar page. I put glue here. I made a U shape here and then glued the rest all the way down. And it slides up underneath my little fence thingy here that I just put there, like I said, because I didn't want to put white on white. I wanted something to put behind it to just kind of like give it something.
Give it some oomph.
So, I mean, I could have cut it straight, but then I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute though. Just have a little something, something to play with. Stuff getting stuck to me. All right. So next week's prompts. So ready, Jasmine, pen and paper, so that you can shop maybe while you're out in your storage unit. See if you can find anything. A piece of furniture. An advertisement. A scrap of sheet music. Fire or smoke. Yay! I can get back into my die cuts. Something that hangs on a string or a cord. And bonus is typewriter text. So I will be pulling my stamps back out next week. My die cuts back out next week. Pulling another sheet of music. Same
diff.
Yet another page of sheet music. And these are my prompts for my perpetual prompts. Something of the sea, animal, female. And explain these two to me together. Spring and cold.
Rainy day in spring.
I'm like, I could figure out a cold female.
Me.
In fact, Elsa was the first thing that came to my mind. But then I'm like, okay, well, she doesn't really have anything to do with the sea. Ooh, Ursula.
She is a fish. Aren't they cold-blooded?
I think octopus would be cold-blooded. Even if she's not, she's cold in spirit.
Yeah, there you go. And
she's octopus, so she's animal. Where would I tie spring into that? I might totally just like had a little mermaid moment, like thump into my head.
Ursula can enjoy the spring. It's all sunny above the water, right?
How I would tie spring into that. But yeah, like I said, my first thought was Elsa, a cold female. I mean, she's frozen, for heaven's sakes. How much colder can you get? You're frozen. So there's that. Don't forget to take your picture and send it to me. Is Carl going to come and say hi before we go?
Carl is still wearing his Valentine's Day charismatic man suit.
It's still February.
Yep.
He doesn't have to wear his St. Patty's Day stuff just yet, but it is almost March.
Yeah, he'll be visiting the tailor in the next couple of days, weeks, maybe. I don't know.
All right, go see the Hatter again.
And I feel a sense of pride in this hat too, because I made it a hat, not just a squishy thing that he can change.
The Mad Hatter.
It's me. I'm the Mad Hatter.
You can't take it off?
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait, what?
You know what I mean? Is hold on, because crochet, you stuff them. This might take a second. Hold on. Because they're literally pinned into his head because I got tired of him losing all of his hats.
Oh, well, don't put him back on camera naked.
He still got his bow tie.
Okay.
It's a dress with a smile and a bow tie. It's this.
I needed that laugh. Thank you. Apparently, I needed to snort too.
But then, see, I don't know how to accurately show this where it's not just a squishy crochet hat. It's a stable Structurally sound. There we go.
There you go. Julio.
See? Now he's a sassy Valentine's Day gentleman.
But is he still a gentleman?
Never mind. He is only wearing a bow tie. You're not dressed without a smile, guys. Carl has no mouth, so he wears a bow tie.
Okay, we should probably end the stream before things get really inappropriate.
YouTube's gonna come on here and be like, so, Carl.
Who's this Carl of which we speak?
For the picture.
Post for the picture. Post it to his grams.
Follow Carl.
Follow Carl. And Jasmine, did you get the notification this week?
What?
Oops. Because I'm wondering if the reason if notifications aren't going up because I scheduled them a month at a time. Which it shouldn't. I mean, those notifications should still be going out, but like nobody's getting them. Which makes no sense. It's scheduled. They're scheduled with a 30-minute reminder. 6:50. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to try scheduling it just 1 week at it. Like, I'll try scheduling it like Tuesday morning, on Tuesday mornings, and see if the notifications start going out. And if that doesn't work, then I'll contact YouTube and be like, what the heck, man? Help me, because this isn't making sense. Alrighty, guys. So with that is week 9. Margarete Miller. She's kind of like the collage queen of YouTube. It is very much her shtick. That's her primary thing is doing collage stuff. So her 100-day project, she's doing Rolodex cards. And she's collaging and decorating Rolodex cards, which I have some of those over there on my shelf, and like the kind that are designed to go through your printer, which is what she was doing. She like had a sheet of them, and she just decorated like 2 sheets all at once. So she did like day 1 through 10 all in one video because she decorated them all as a base first. But she's doing she's doing Rolodex cards. I'm doing this little gemstone taggy things. So mine are all tags and pockets, depending on which way I decide to decorate it that day. Play along. Check out other videos. Check out, if you're liking the crafty stuff, check out some other channels. There's a lot out there, and there's there's a style for everyone. I kid you not. Tomorrow, 9:00, my Perpetual Prompts with Carrie should drop. It is already uploaded. It's scheduled to go. Shouldn't have a problem. Shouldn't. But it's YouTube, so you never know. And hopefully I can get my jittery hands back under control a little bit, and I can get back to doing my miniatures and my small detail-y stuff. But until next time, talk to you later.
Tuesday toodles.
Tuesday toodles.